Hey guys, how you guys doing? This is something a little bit different that we're doing today, given the bad juju bug that we got going around. As I stated in the video that I posted earlier today, rather than do the compost video, we decided that we would do something like this. Give you guys an idea as to what we're doing, what our plan is. A really good tool if you want to do your own gardening is this garden planner, which is GrowVeg.com. Super affordable. 2 years for $40. You get this software, and as you see as we go through it, this is just some amazing software that we have used to the greatest extent. Yeah. But we've really used it because it really even gives you ideas. So let's just get right into it because we want to show you guys what we plan on growing. So as you can see, what I have here is actually a mock-up of our backyard. Yep. It's very, very simple mock-up, but it gives us a general idea as to what we got. Right here is basically in front of our garage. And what we plan on growing here, you can see, are pea plants. And the beautiful thing about this software is, let me just move this little doohickey right here. This is actually a trellis that if you go into, I think it's structures, you can see they have all different types of trellises and structures that you can, like if you have a chicken coop, you can put in a chicken coop to just give you an idea as to how you want to map out your homestead or your yard or what have you. But you can make this as big or as small as you want. So we have about a 7-foot area on either side. So on one side of our garage, right here would be the door to our garage. On this side, we're doing 21 pea plants. And on this side, we're going to do 13 pole bean plants. And so we're really excited to get a bunch of peas and beans growing. Oh, yeah. Because we will eat the heck out of those. Yes. Oh. And so that's what we're doing right in this area. Right in here you can see we have our garlic that's already planted there. But we also plan on planting some radish. And once the garlic is fully matured and we harvest all the garlic, we are basically going to just extend this out to be the entire radish area. Yes. Which it looks like I can even fit more than I thought I could in there.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's going to be a lot of radish.
It's going to be a lot of radish. And in fact, we actually bought 1,000 radish seeds. Yeah. 1,000 radish seeds, and honestly, we will probably go through every single one and have to order more. And I know people are out there like, why do you need so much radish for? Radish are one of those things that we've discovered is just a great thing. You can pickle them. You can use both the greens and the root. Yes. If you get spicier, we try to stick to a sweeter radish, we try to stick to a sweeter radish, but you can roast them and they're absolutely delicious.
They really are, especially when you add your seasoning stuff to make it even more savory and delicious.
You add them to some soups and stews, and they're just a great vegetable. And what's really amazing about them is they grow so fast.
They truly do.
They grow so fast. And in fact, the one that we're going to be experimenting with this year is du jour 18, in which case from seed to harvest 18 days.
Yes.
Those are best conditions.
Yes.
18 days. But if you looked at this, right? Even if it takes a full month, 31 days, we have 110 radish.
Yes.
I mean, that's going to feed us.
Yes.
That will feed us. That's crazy to me.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so it's really is great.
Yeah, it's basically a multi-purpose vegetable that you
It
can
really
use.
is. It really is. And what separates that from the peas and the beans? The peas and the beans, they'll continue to harvest. The radish
yes.
are one of those things where you get one seed, you get one vegetable, right? So when it comes to radish, because they're so quick to grow and mature, when you have a one seed, one fruit situation, radish are the kings for me because they'll just keep you can just keep harvesting throughout the harvest season. And like I said, by the end of the season, we'll no doubt use every single 1,000 of those seeds.
Yep,
no doubt.
I'm definitely counting on best conditions for these so that we can have abundance of these radishes. It'll be amazing.
So let's go into our first bed here, the small bed. So you can see here we have 2 summer squash plants here and 2 summer squash plants here. And 2 zucchini plants here. So a total of what is basically 6 squash plants, which is way more than what we would need. And we're growing so much because we want to basically freeze them and have them over winter. We are doing what? Yellow scallop, white scallop.
And the yellow and white scallop, and then the long one.
The golden squash.
Yes.
Yeah, the long golden squash. And then we're doing the 2 different kinds of zucchini. And I'm going to have pictures in between each plant that we talk about. I'm going to have a picture. So if we're sitting here like racking our brain, like what are we growing?
You'll see it.
Yeah, you'll see. You'll know what we're growing. It's just as you can see, we are growing so much. It's hard for us to just think off the top of our head.
Yes.
And this is really just like an impromptu thing where I was like, "Hey, let's do this." Get a video
It's still a
out.
good idea, though. It's still a wonderful idea.
So yeah, if you like something like this, let us know because we'll do more of this. So up here we got 3 okra plants. Of which we'll be doing this crimson spineless okra.
Yes.
That one I know. And then here we got 8 pepper plants. Of which we are doing, I know the Hungarian wax peppers. We are doing the 3-sided Syrian pepper.
Yes.
Which is, like, I was really amazed. This was a free seed that we got through Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. And we'll talk about them as well. So we primarily got our seeds from 2 sources. M.I. Gardner and Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. So, M.I. Gardner, all his seeds are 99 cents a packet. But you have to pay shipping. Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, their seed packets vary depending on the rarity and how many seeds they got. But you never pay any shipping. Additionally, every order comes with a free seed packet where you get a mystery seed.
Yes.
Last year we got more purple Russian tomato seeds than we know what to do with. In addition to that, the 3-sided Syrian pepper plant, which was just a really cool looking plant. And after reading about it, apparently this thing grows to be 6 or 7 inches long, and then about as big around as a coffee cup.
Yeah.
And it's a sweet pepper, and I was like, oh man, we gotta grow that just to try that out.
And just to see what it looks like in person.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what kind of pepper is this?
Boy, all I kept thinking about was roasted red peppers.
Oh,
my
yes.
Lord. but because those are just that would just be perfect. So yeah, so we're doing a 3-sided Syrian Hungarian wax.
The black one, right? Is there a pepper that had the word black in it? I forget.
I think it was the chocolate black beauty.
Something like that.
I could be mistaken that with a tomato.
know.
I don't know. Well, you have pictures.
There's 4 varieties. 4 different
We're doing
varieties.
4 different varieties. 2 plants of each variety. 4 different variety. But 8 pepper plants, and we'll see how we go with this because last year we didn't do that great. Oh, the Oros con Pollo.
Oh yes,
The Oros con Pollo, which is a Cuban pepper, which we did get some last year, and it was a really cool pepper where you kind of felt like it was going to be spicy, but that it wasn't, and it was like a weird, like just like a Cuban type spice to it. It was really cool.
It was cool.
And then
we had the red lipstick pepper last year.
Red lipstick pepper, and no, we didn't grow any more of those. No, we didn't.
No,
yeah, okay.
No, we didn't. But I forget.
Again, the red lipstick pepper is a cool little, tiny little red sweet pepper that looks like the top of a lipstick.
Yes.
Cap, I guess.
But the thing is, too, you got because what messed us up with that was last year when we thought we didn't know what variety it was. We forgot what pepper that was.
Yeah.
So it was green at first. We were just picking it, but then after we left it alone for a little bit because we got a little lazy, it turned red. We're like, oh, so that's the lipstick pepper.
But it was green forever.
A long time. Yeah, last year was horrible with the tomatoes. They were not ripe at all for the longest time. It's crazy.
So okay.
Anyway.
So that takes care of our first bed here.
Oh, and the marigolds.
And of course marigolds. So every single one of our beds are going to have marigolds because it's a great way to get pollinators attracted, but they're also really good for pests. Also, I want to take that and I want to mention that about the garden planning software as well. You can see all these things have different color codes. And that's all based upon the type of plant that you have. But here's the thing. You see this little heart icon here? This is our companion planter. Okay? So basically what that means is you want to plant things next to each of these varieties that are going to help keep pests away that are attracted to that.
Very important, yes.
So here you can see for the summer squash, these are all its different companion plants, and I went with marigolds here. The zucchini had different companion plants, the zinnias, and these are both flowers, and the nasturtium, peppers, tomatoes, or oregano, marjoram. That's why if you see things are like kind of like scattered around, that's why, because I really wanted to do some companion planting and see how that turns out.
Yeah.
Last year we had a really bad run with some of our squash due to squash beetles just chewing them up. So we're going to see how this works out, and hopefully this works out. So now down here into our second raised bed, our big one here, you can see we have 28 bush snap bean plants.
This one I'm excited for.
6 feet by, well, it says 3.7, but it's almost 4 feet, really.
It's a lot of beans.
And yeah.
It's going to be a lot of beans.
We probably had maybe half of this last year, if not even less than that. And we had lots of beans. So this year we're hoping to have even more beans, which would be fantastic. Because we will eat fresh green beans like it's no tomorrow. Like we will eat them. Next to that we have some beets. So because we did raised beds this year, we had all this extra space now. So one thing I haven't done are root vegetables, simply because it's the one seed, one fruit thing. If I'm only going to get one plant out of this one seed, for me, I don't want to waste that space. But I kind of felt like it got to the point where I was like, well, I just need to fill this space. So let's just do a bunch of root vegetables and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So we're planting 21 beets, 18 onions, 40 carrots, 20 turnips, here we got 5 heads of head lettuce. And then more marigolds. As far as the varieties, the bush beans, I think we're doing 2 different varieties of bush beans because that's what we had available to us at the time. I'm pretty sure onion, we're just doing 1 variety.
The yellow onion, I think.
Yeah, yellow onion. The beets, we're only doing 1 variety. Carrots, I think I actually got a rainbow variety of the carrots, so I'm doing a rainbow variety, and we'll see how that goes. Turnips, I think I'm only doing 1 variety of that.
Yeah.
And the head lettuce is 1 variety.
Yeah.
Again, the marigolds, and then eggplant. Now,
Yes.
this was kind of thrown in there last second because we had the space for it. And we were both kind of like, well, we don't know. So we're like, all right, let's do eggplant.
Yeah.
We're not eggplant eaters. We're not fans of it. So we're going 3 plants of it, which will probably end up being too much for us. But one thing that we have learned is that what you grow in your garden versus what you get at the grocery store are 2 completely different creatures.
Yes.
So we figured, all right, you know what? Let's grow some eggplant and see if we like it better from our own garden. So we got a really cool looking eggplant variety. I was like, you know, if I don't want to grow the boring
Purple.
purple giant thing that, So we got this really cool, smaller looking, really cool purple striped, and you'll see the picture. And I was like, you know what? I can't wait to just see that grow because it'll just be an awesome splash of color against the marigolds. Like that'll look amazing.
Yes.
There's a little bit of making things look pretty that goes into this.
Yes, definitely.
So now this down here is basically our greens bed.
Our salad bar.
Our salad bar, so to speak. Mostly because right here is about the dividing line where this area gets a lot more sun than this area. This area ends up being in a lot of shade. So we figured, well, we'll throw all our greens in that area because greens will survive in that shady area. So we have our 10 spinach plants. And our 30 leaf lettuce plants. In our leaf lettuce plants, we're doing 3 different varieties. We're doing a tango leaf lettuce, red romaine, and a freckled romaine.
Yes, freckled, that's right.
So with all of these are kind of like a cut and come back variety where you can cut some of it off, use it, and then it'll grow back. So you're not yanking out the whole heart of the lettuce. It's there to be there for all season.
Yeah, last year, I mean, it wasn't, was it with lettuce? Or no, it was with Swiss chard, actually.
Swiss chard,
I would just take some off
leaf or
and
two,
it'll just grow back in a couple of days. Like, well, all right. Cool.
We were also planning on doing arugula, but then I was like, oh, I'm all out of arugula seeds. And then when I went to go order more, everybody else was out of arugula seeds. I was like, okay, I guess we're not doing arugula. So we just extended out our collards, our Swiss chard, and our kale to where we're doing, well, I guess collards is saying that we're doing 7. I don't know if we planted 7 or not. But Swiss chard and kale are both 6. So we're doing 6 plants of Swiss chard, 6 plants of kale, and 7 of collards. Although that might end up being 6 because I'm not sure how many we started.
Whoops.
But I mean, it's not a big deal.
All right.
Yeah. Here again are our marigolds, and then we're doing 2 broccoli plants, 2 cauliflower plants, and then 2 summer red cabbage plants. And again, this stuff was just filler. We haven't grown these before. Let's see how it goes.
Yep.
You know, a lot of this for us is also learning to grow some of these things for when we do have our actual homestead and not just our urban suburban backyard.
Yes.
We need to have the skills to do these things.
Mm-hmm.
So now, over here is our patio area. So basically, we have a little patio over here, and then right in front, it's basically all open, and we have chicken wire going across here. And I'm probably gonna move the chicken wire here over to here, except for this area where I'll have chicken wire, because we're growing 2 large tomatoes and 4 small tomato plants. And I'm going to take PVC pipe that I have over here and move it over here for these 6 plants for them to grow up like a stalk.
Mm-hmm.
All our tomato varieties are indeterminate, which means that they'll just keep growing on forever until the frost kills them off.
Yes.
So our 2 tomato plants are the Boxcar Willie and I forget.
That was the black one. The tomato one was the black one.
Not.
Or was that the small one of the small ones actually?
Small ones is the purple Russian.
The purple Russian. But there was one that said black. I am stuck on that now.
I know.
I don't know. I don't remember.
And I forget what the other large tomato variety is. The small tomato variety, we are doing the Porter cherry tomato, the purple Russian tomato, the San Marzano tomato, and then one other, which I can't think of off the top of my head. But you'll have pictures.
Yes, you all have pictures.
And then, again, in between all of these, we have marigolds, and then we got 2 cucumbers. Plants that we're growing, and we're doing 2 different varieties. We're doing a national pickling cucumber, and then the Bait Alpha cucumber, I think, I think it is the Bait Alpha or the Muncher. It's one of those 2 that we'll be growing too. So those 2 cucumber varieties.
Yep.
Finally, down here, along here, we have melons and winter squash. Our winter squash is actually going to just be a simple butternut squash. Again, this is our spring garden. We've not even thought about a fall or winter garden yet.
No, not yet.
Although we probably should have. But we'll worry about that when that time comes, in which case it'll probably be just like a rush to get seeds in the ground and hope for the best. But in the meantime, we do have 1 butternut squash that we're growing over here that we're actually going to attempt to grow vertically using chicken wire on the side of our patio, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
When fruits start to grow, you can just throw them in some pantyhose and tie them to the chicken wire, and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that'll work out. And then we got 2 different melon varieties over here. These are smaller melons. We're doing a torpedo musk melon, and
Okay.
and a other. It's the red and yellow striped melon.
I forget what that's
I forget
called.
it, but you'll have
It's
pictures.
So cool.
You'll have pictures. It is really cool looking. So that is one of the things that I am very excited to see with this year's garden. It's just how gorgeous everything's going to look.
Yes, definitely.
Once it's all growing. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm looking at this is up to 21 minutes already. I didn't expect this to go that long, but I can't speak enough about the GrowVeg Garden Planner. Again, it is. I got to go into this. The plant list.
Oh,
so,
yes.
once you have your garden set up, you have this plant list, right? So it'll base it off, when you first sign up, it'll base it off of your location and what the closest climate reporting station is to your location. and it'll give you an idea as to what when your first and last frost dates are, and it will base your seed starting and harvesting times based off of that. It'll give you spacing and row spacing. And a lot of that you don't really have to, just watch some videos and you'll get all that through other videos. If you watch, don't worry about this stuff because this can get really kind of construed.
Yes, especially for your first time gardener. It's a little overwhelming.
But it'll give you a list alphabetically of everything that you're growing and tell you exactly when to plant it and when to harvest it. And it is just an amazing tool. We love it. It is great. And so I can't speak enough good things about this. $40 for a 2-year subscription to this software that really I've barely even scratched the surface on using.
So many things you can do.
I've seen some pictures of some of the things that people do with this that is just out of this world. It just looks so gorgeous. And it is one of those things where I feel like that once you get the infrastructure in and you just have to replace the plants, you can create some great maps. So I think that about wraps it up for this.
Yes, it does.
So guys, here's our garden plan, what we're growing, at least what we have planned to grow.
Yes.
We have pots and stuff that we're probably going to just experiment with and see what happens in those.
Yes.
But this is 100% what we are growing for sure. So, that's it. God bless, guys.
And keep growing.
Bye.
Bye.